In the last video, we made directory list and put it in Microsoft Excel. Now let's see how we can make a batch file to copy those files out. In the last video, we made this Excel. We have column for file path, copy, yes, no column, and comments. What we're going to do now is we're going to copy these files out to another folder. Even though making batch files or drag and dropping files is looked down upon in Let's Support environment, this still happens all the time, and usually it's not a problem. Most files have internal metadata, and those metadata is still safe no matter how you copy the file. So here's our Excel. Our attorney or whoever went through all the files, they read them, they decided, okay, bring me only specific files. So we'll need to make a batch file to copy the files over. Let's add a column here and let's figure out where the files are going. For our purpose, I'm just going to put them on a desktop. I'll make a folder called important files, and this is where we're going to copy them to. So let's grab our column, make a copy of it, grab our path, I'm going to copy it, highlight my column, do search and replace. I'm going to search and replace z : with a new path where we want files to be copied to, and I select replace all. Done. Now we have our source path and a destination path. However, if you ever try using a copy command, you know that's not going to work. That command will not make folders for the files when you copy them over. One way of dealing with that is to pre-create all the folders, but I don't think we have time for that. Let's use another command. Let's insert one more column, and we're going to squish these two columns just to get some space, and I'll show you what this command looks like. We are going to type equals, and we'll use xcopy command. Now we need to add, we need to type it in quotes, xcopy. Now we need to grab path from column A and B, but we're going to put it in quotes. So we'll type character 34, which is a quote, and A1 and character 34, and we need a space, we need another quote, we need B2, and I have to apologize because I just put A1 and this should be A2 because we have a hetero. All right, press F2 to go back to editing, and we're going to add another quote. All right, so let's copy this into a notepad just so we could see how it looks. All right, this is looking pretty good. However, there's a small problem. Let's run this. And I'm getting prompt. It's asking me, am I copying file or a directory? Well, unfortunately, we have to tell it. But we can't press F or D every time on the keyboard. That's just not going to work. So we need to add another command to the front. And here's what the command is. I'm going to go back to editing, and we're going to add echo F and the pipe. Pipe is right above backslash on your keyboard. So now we have this command. We can copy, go back to command prompt, and you see I don't get prompt anymore. It automatically answered for me. Perfect. So now I can build my batch file. Let's double click on this corner to fill it all the way down. And this is getting a little messy, but if you're in Let's Support and you've been working with DAT files, this is really not bad. We're going to go to our data filters. We're going to filter for Ys, and this would be our batch file we're looking for. I'm going to copy it, delete our test, make go to Notepad, paste a batch file. Going to click on save, which will go to our desktop, and I'm going to give it a name. I'll call it copy files.bat. Do not name your batch files copy, because copy will conflict with the copy command. Save it, double click, and now we'll see that our files are successfully copied to this folder. And I don't have to press F for file every time. And now that copy is done, next step we have to do is check it. Always check results of your batch files. In fact, anything you do in lit support, go back and double check all your counts. So we right click, properties, we have 8. We have 8 files copied. We have 8 rows selected in Excel, as we could see on the bottom. Done. We can take this data and do something else with it. And that's how easy it is to make a batch file to copy files from one location to another, preserving entire folder tree.